Hill, a defeat for a pro-life bill on the Senate floor. This bill was very specific. It only would protect infants who survived abortions at the end of the term by requiring healthcare officials to treat them with the same degree and skill and care that they would of any other baby. But it was short of the 60 votes needed to advance.
This is about the most simple thing you can say, which is that a baby is a baby, and they have dignity and they have worth, and it's not because they're powerful, it's because they're babies. And so today is a sad day in the United States Senate, but I remain hopeful long term.
I am asking Congress to pass legislation to prohibit the late-term abortion of children who can feel pain in a mother's womb.
We want the government not to be involved in these types of decisions. We want the decision to be made by the mothers and their providers. And this is why, Julie, that legislators, most of whom are men, by the way, shouldn't be telling a woman what she should and shouldn't be doing with her body.
I mean, the comments that the governor of Virginia said on the radio are about fourth trimester abortion. This is not abortion, this is infanticide. 320 million Americans are going to have conversations around their kitchen table that are going to be more loving and logical, and in the long term, I think that this is going to head in the right direction.
No legislator, no political swing can ever jeopardize a woman's right to control her own body in this state.
By empowering more doctors to provide abortions and removing all state restrictions on late-term procedures.
Let us work together to build a culture that cherishes innocent life.
The Senate will vote on advancing a straightforward piece of legislation to protect newborn babies. This legislation is simple. It would simply require that medical professionals give the same standard care and medical treatment to newborn babies who've survived an attempted abortion as any other newborn baby would receive in any other circumstance.
What was the argument? What do you think was the most common misunderstanding, as you would see it, in terms of the way they, decided to vote no?
Yeah, well, I mean, most of the people who opposed the bill that spoke against it today claimed that it would end abortion, that it would stand between a woman and her doctor. And I am a very pro-life guy. That is true. I'm unapologetically pro-life. But that's not what this bill was actually about. This bill didn't touch anything having to do with abortion access or Roe v. Wade.
It isn't about new restrictions on abortion. It isn't about changing the options available to women. It's just about recognizing that a newborn baby is a newborn baby, period.
The pro-life has gone from 38% in January to 47% now in their most recent read. Do you think that number is accurate, and why do you think that change might be happening?
You know, I think the American people are having more interesting conversations around their dinner table than is happening in the United States Senate.
Whatever the circumstances, if that medical professional comes face to face with a baby who's been born alive, they're looking at a human being with human rights, period.
This should be far beyond Republican versus Democrat. This should be about having a heart. And if you see a baby, you think a baby deserves care, and we have an obligation to provide care for those helpless little babies.